What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Hope you're all doing well. It's a cold, rainy day here on the Central Coast, so we've got the truck in the garage. We're working on the Switch Pro. We're getting all of our accessories wired to it, so that's what this video is going to be about. I'm going to show you how to wire your accessories to a Switch Pro on a 2020 Tacoma TRD off-road, so stay tuned. So if you watched my previous two-part video, I showed you how to install the tray with the terminal box, the fuse box, the bus bar, all that good stuff, how to run it through your firewall, what you need to run through there, what you need to attach to what for the way that I have it done. And again, this was purchased from Running for Tacos. This is a power tray. I think you've got to put like 4 different things in your cart on Running for Tacos to have everything included. I'll try to link that down below so that everything's in the bio and you can just click on each part and have it installed. So then if you come into my truck, you can see there's a Switch Pro. I've got the SDHQ mount. It says it's for a 2016 to 19. I have a 2020, so I had to do a little bit of trimming on the inside, not a lot, for this to fit flush, and now it's a really snug and nice fit. So if you've been following me for quite some time, I've got 3 sets of fog lights, and I've got a 40-inch light bar. Heretic Studios, and then Baja for the fog lights, ditch lights, all that stuff. And I've got a ton of wiring harnesses. So I've got about 4, I think I had a 1.4 wiring harnesses that I just had zip tied all under the hood of my truck, and I'm sick of how it looked. So if you're considering getting a Switch Pro or some type of aux beam thing to clean up the wiring, get it, because let me show you how much room it clears up. So for my 40-inch light bar, I run the wire through here, which I always have, and I run it down. It comes down through here, and then it goes underneath there. So that one's not really seen, but look at the harness for it. I think it's in the trash still, yeah. So this is a whole wiring harness. Back out a little bit, there you go. Whole wiring harness that I had to zip tie and kind of hide. It's got the relay, all that. I had to hide all of that under my hood and zip tie it. So it was like zip tied, I think, to here. Now I literally cut everything past the relay, and now all that's left are the power and the ground, and then maybe a foot of wire going from the Switch Pro up to my harness. That's maybe like a foot. So it cuts off a ton. Now let me show you this. So let me try to get one of these light, not that one. Try to find one for you guys. Let's see. So you have this is one whole wiring harness right here. It goes all the way over there onto the other side. We're basically gonna cut everything off up to like this point, up to like here. So all that's gonna be left is just enough wire to get to the terminal box and the bus bar. So it cleans up everything a tremendous amount. So I highly recommend getting something like this if you've got an issue with wiring. And then also when I get a compressor, which I'll probably mount on this side, I think that's the most common, I'll just be able to run that one wire up along there and over to the Switch Pro. So I'm pretty sure this is the harness right here that was for my ditch lights. So I'm going to show you just how long this harness is. So this one harness for a set of either my ditch lights or fog lights comes all the way back to here. Mind you, I cut off the switch, which has more wires that come out to probably the end of the cap to the gas tank. So you're looking at a long distance. That's all wire. Now we're gonna be able to cut all of this up to about, let's say, right here. Okay, I showed you guys how much we're gonna be cutting off with the harness. So all we have to do, because each pair of ditch lights or fog lights from Baja Designs comes with one harness, and it's got 2 cords that end up going that divide off to the driver's side and passenger side. So all we're gonna be working with is this one cord, and we're gonna run it. Let's see, I'm gonna get a little bit more, and if I need to, I'll cut it. So that's more than I'm gonna need right there. So, and the same thing, I'm gonna try to run it to where it's barely noticeable, so you're not gonna see me for a second. Hold on. All right, here, I'll just show you guys. So I'm gonna run it down through here, and then I'll maybe around. Yeah, I'll probably go through here, through this plastic piece, and then run it back under that way. And that'll probably be the cleanest because nothing else is getting really coming in through this direction over here besides a 40-inch light bar, which we're done with already. All right, so let's run it. Might be easier to just pop this thing off real quick. And if I just run it back behind here, maybe even through here. Make sure that'll fit. Looks like it won't. Alright, so that won't fit there. Yeah, so we're gonna go right behind it. Not a big deal. So now we'll just feed the cord. Alright, that works too. Just take the whole thing off. I might not have enough room, you got, or not enough wire. Which, okay, yeah, that's not a big deal. I can probably just come out through here, maybe, like that, and that keeps it just as hidden. And then run it up through here. Let's see. Let's put this back on. That side. Yeah. How does that look? There we go. That looks clean. Run it through there, and now I'll just cut back more of the wire like I've been doing, or not more, but there we go. Get rid of that casing. I know I said ditch lights, but I think these are to my fog lights because it's just one harness. And now we're just cutting back that. Make sure you got ceiling frame for you guys. Yep, all right. Cool. So we have the power. Red cord is your power. Red runs to the Switch Pro. Black runs to the bus bar. So now we get our wire cutters, and we'll work with just a tad bit. There's that. And that, bam. Now I need my heat shrinks. I just get these at AutoZone. I tend to have boxes laying around everywhere of them. And whoops, for the light bar, I had to have a thicker one. So I used the 12 by 10. Hopefully you can read that. 12 by 10 gauge. Hopefully that's in focus. 12 by 10 gauge heat shrink terminals, and then for the individual stuff like the fog lights, the ditch lights, all that type of stuff is 16 by 14. 16 gauge, 14. It says CAL. We'll just go into the first box over here, into the first switch, I guess it's called. So we just take it off, and make sure when you wire them you have the flat side down. That way it's a smooth, or it's just flush when you screw it back in. All right, there's the power. And now I'll do the same thing with the ground. We already got it cut back. Get a heat shrink terminal. These terminals I had or the heat shrink terminals aren't the best. Let me see if this is focused for you guys so you can see. If you can see that, the area that you crimp is really small. I'd rather have it be a little bit longer. That way you can crimp more on the wire. But it ends up doing just fine. It's just sometimes when I go to crimp it, it'll roll off and not get a good seal. So luckily you have the heat shrink, and then you just heat it up. I use a lighter, and that secures it in position a lot better. Okay, now I got the ground going into the bus bar. Looks good. 1 and 1. for either the ditch lights, fog lights. I don't know exactly which one it's going to turn on, but it's going to be one of these three. Let's go verify that it works. So on the panel, we put in the #1 spot, so that should turn on my amber lights. Bam, nice. And that side, and then switch 5 with the more amperage. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 should turn on my light bar. Nice, cool, all good. Now let's we'll work on whatever the second set of lights is that I have in the harness. So that whole piece is all garbage. So I got really confused on what I'm supposed to do with these with my actual ditch lights. So one of these is my fog lights, which I have wired to my actual fog switch, like the little turn dial. One of them is an actual push button, which are my ditch lights, and then these are the S2s, which was a button inside my truck that I had wired. But this is what this harness looks like. You have had three different wires coming off of this one relay. So I didn't know exactly what I was supposed to cut. So I'm hoping this is gonna work. These white ones gonna be the power, and then the two black ones gonna be the ground, and that'll hopefully with one button it'll turn on both of the lights like they did before. If not, I'm gonna have to wire them separate to where you press one button, one side turns on, and then another button and the other side turns on. But I don't want that. Okay, I've got them wired up. Here they are, which I think is the power, and then the one that I think is the ground is gonna be here. Don't know if it's gonna work. I looked at the instructions. So 1, 2, 3, and 4 are all 20 amp max. 5, 6, 7, and 8 are 30 amp max. These, I want to say it's my S2s. The S2 Sports are the ones with that big harness that I just wired up, these two. All right, let's find out. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 should be button 6. Oh, I think I see them on. I think I see them. Yes. Nice. Yeah, so that's the S2. Look at that. Turned into an electrician here, guys. That's all the leftover. Get to throw all that away. All right, let's see here. This all gonna be thrown away. Get to put that in the trash pile with all the other wiring that was thrown away. Nice, let's see how clean this looks now. So what I'm gonna do next is, I think I'm gonna have to zip tie a couple things, which just give it that last little clean touch or clean look. Get that behind there, like that. And I'll basically probably zip tie these so that they're up like that. And that's really it. I mean, no matter what, you're gonna have a little bit of wires left, like the white one. You're gonna have some that are gonna stick out no matter what. But I'm gonna do the best to get it. Yeah, look how dirty that is for my last trip, man. But hey, it looks so much better under here. I mean, all I really see is just these two terminals. Hope you guys enjoyed that video. Hopefully it was useful enough to where you have your Switch Pro and you can now install your own accessories and you have full confidence to do it. Hope I was detailed enough. If not, definitely ask me. I'll answer any questions you have to the best of my ability. If it's wiring stuff, I'll try my best. I don't know if I would fully rely on what I say when it comes to wiring, because you know, my last two terminals I had no idea that it was going to work, and hey, it worked, so I got kind of lucky on that. But yeah, if you guys got any questions, let me know, and until then, we'll see you on the next video. Take care.